Hi, I'm Aaron with more studio access from Upstream Arts. In my professional work as a theater artist, one of the tools I use is puppetry. But I like puppetry most because it's so accessible. Anybody can do it. And you can do it right now with objects you have around your house. Let's take a look. Now, with any found object puppetry, first thing you got to do is pick your object. So here's a great way to learn. I've got an action figure here. Say hi to Dengar. Hi. Now, step one with any found object puppetry is to identify your pick point. That's the part of the puppet that you're going to hold on to that gives you the most control and animation, but also make sure the puppet can be seen and not obscured. So for Dengar, a poor pick point would be to grab him like this. You can barely see him. A good pick point might be somewhere down low, like on one of his legs, or perhaps right on the back. There. Now I can hold him firmly. I have plenty of control, but you can see him clearly. So that's step one. We have our pick point. Step two is just to give the puppet breath. Breathe in and breathe out. In and out. You start to find the right amount of movement to give a realistic or interesting breath to the puppet. And just like with people, with puppets, as long as you're breathing, you're alive. So we've got step two. That's the breath. Step three is to figure out how the puppet looks. With Dengar, it's pretty easy. He's got two eyes on the front of his head. That's what he looks with. So if I want to make Dengar look at you, I just swing his eyes right to you. If I want to make Dengar look at something behind me, well, there he goes. His eyes are right there on the front of his head. I found it. Pretty easy. Step four is to figure out how the puppet moves. Now, I could swing his legs like this and get kind of an interesting walking animation, but it makes it hard to do anything else with him. So I'm going to hang on to my pick point in the back and instead find a new way to move him, more like this. It's a little goofy and a little silly, but I like it. So, we've got him moving. That's step four. Finally, step five is to give him a voice. Now, in real life, he's probably got a gruff bounty hunter voice. But because he's so small and he's got a cute movement, I'm going to give him a silly voice like this. And I'm going to make him walk across the screen like this. Hey everybody, it's me, Dengar. How are you doing out there in Studio Access Land? Oh yeah? Me too. Well, goodbye for now. So, pretty easy and fun to do with an action figure like this. But with Dengar, it's really clear how to hold him, how to move him, where his eyes are. All that stuff's kind of built in because he's a humanoid figure. But what if we have a more challenging object like this? This corkscrew is one of my favorite objects to use for puppetry. So let's apply the same steps and see if we can bring this everyday object to life as a puppet. Step one, I'm going to find my pick point. Now I don't want to cover it up. I want you to see it. So my pick point is going to be down low, and I'm going to use two hands so I can do some animation in just a moment. I'm going to hold it at the base like that. Now step two is to give it some breath. Here's where the animation comes in. Because I'm using two hands, I can actually use the moving parts of this object to bring it to life. Breathing in and breathing out. Pretty cool, huh? All right. Now we've got the object breathing. Next is to find the eyes. Now, there's not two eyes in the front of a head, but I think you can see it. There's a pretty clear head shape here and a pretty clear eye shape right there. So to me, this puppet has one big eye in the center of its head. I can have him look around, look up, look down, all without letting go of my chosen pick point. Okay, we've got breath, we've got eyes. Let's figure out how the puppet moves. I'm going to use that same animation and give him kind of some swinging arms. Could even be wings, I suppose, if I wanted. I could have him fly, but I think for now, he's just going to walk. Okay, so let's see. We've got eyes, we've got breath, we've got movement, and of course we have our pick point down at the bottom. So now all we have to do is find a voice. Hello out there in Studio Access Land. How are you doing today? Oh yeah? Really? Me too. Well, goodbye for now. Puppet guy, away! There we go. We practiced our 5 steps to bringing any object to life. Look around you. I bet you have an object right now in your environment that you could use for your own found object puppetry. Well, that's it for now. Remember that inspiration is everywhere, and keep practicing being creative.